Hey there guys, I'm back to another video. Today I'm here to talk about the limited run games X Shopify pop-up experience that I went to in SoHo, New York City. This is my first time ever going to something like this, and I want to shout out to them for inviting me out and checking it out. So yeah, very happy with the experience overall. I feel like when it comes to pop-up experiences, really, if you are looking to spend money, the happier you'll be leaving, because obviously, like, if you just go in there like window shopping and you can't necessarily buy anything, or there's nothing in there interesting for you, then like the pop-up's going to be sort of like a wash or whatever. So I think if you are in that New York City area, you should definitely go out of your way and check it out if you're interested within limited run games. But even if you're someone like me who is a fan of them and buys projects from them every once in a while, I wouldn't necessarily make the trip out there. I'm from Long Island, so I had to take the ILI-RR, and then I had to take a subway to get there after. So, it was a bit of a trip. The trip wasn't necessarily bad, but, I wouldn't go out of my way to go to something like this if I wasn't invited. So, but I just want to talk about the experience as a whole. I think that the show, or sort of like how everything was presented, was done amazingly. Like the sort of front entrance, you get to see all of the cool merch that they have there, the sort of exclusive shirts, the hoodies, the pins, all of that other stuff. And then the main wall has a bunch of PlayStation and Switch games, which are definitely like the most popular systems out of the bunch, and definitely the most games that they have for those systems. A bunch of older projects and also some newer ones like Lollipop Chainsaw and Toomba. They had exclusive sort of variant cover arts for them there, which is kind of nice. And then they also had Ninja Turtles Ultimate Edition, but only for the Switch, and it also had a little alternative art piece as well. So if I didn't have all three of those games already pre-ordered, I definitely would have just bought them right then and there. But, I get it. When they host events like this, they need to have certain stock. And, even though my copy hasn't even shipped to my house yet, if I didn't pre-order them, I would have been rewarded here and been able to just purchase them right then and there. And I would also save shipping costs and all that other stuff. So it sucks. It is what it is. But yeah, then you go to the back, that's where like the DJ is, and then on top of that, all of like the big box like special editions are, the Xbox games that they had there. It's definitely a very nicely set up booth. And then they also had one thing that really stuck out to me was a Night Trap variant that they had, but it was on Game Boy Advance, and I was like, oh, okay, they just put the game on GBA, because I guess that's fun. That was pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, there's like a lot of things that limited run games does that I don't know about. And then when you go downstairs, that's where they have sort of like the much more chiller, relaxer areas. So the first major part of it is that they have this little, like, I guess like retro basement gaming section with like a couch, some posters, neon lights, and then a TV setup with Smash Brothers, N64, 4 controllers. You can pretty much pick up and play with like a bunch of other people if you're down for it, even if you bring your friends there too. So yeah, it's a pretty cool setup that they got going on here. A bunch of gaming magazines as well. And then on the left of that, they got 6 games for demo. One of them's Zest, Turok, and then Toomba. Then on the other side, I forget exactly the first and second game. One of them is a beat 'em up. But the third game is called Double Shake. This one I actually played for like 10 to 15 minutes because I was like, screw it, why not? It looks kind of interesting. And it's like a 2.5D platformer. It's inspired by the likes of Mischief Makers, Klonoa, and Toomba. So I'm only familiar with Klonoa, but playing this demo, obviously within this setting where there's like music blasting, I can't really focus, I can't really hear the game. It's not going to give me like the best first impression of it. But even then, the game just felt weird to play. Like, it was such like a weird mix of like platforming and whatnot. I know it's also supposed to be like a Metroidvania, so definitely not a great first impression on this one for me personally, but I definitely want to give it another shot if a demo comes out or whatever. But yeah, that's pretty much the entire pop-up experience. There's also like, when you go up one of the stairs, there's like a little arcade machine there. So, or not a arcade machine, a claw machine, I should say. But yeah, and you get that when you spend money at the pop-up. And I believe I could be wrong here, but I believe it's every $50 you get 1 coin, because I spent $100, I spent 108 after tax, and I got 2 coins. So what did I buy? So I walked away with the first 3 Shantae games. I wanted to get all 5, but my girlfriend was like, just spend $100 and not like 175. So I was like, all right, you know what? That's fair. So I bought these 3 pretty much. And yeah, I've been eyeballing these games for a while, whether they would have been on the Switch or PS5. I missed out on pre-ordering these when they went up. So I was like, you know what? If I want to experience these Shantae games, now I have them here. And definitely one day I will go out of my way to buy the other 2 that I'm missing, and whatever other Shantae games come out between now and then. But yeah, very happy to have these within my collection. So then when I went to use the tokens at the claw machine, I had 2 of them, right? So the first one, I got a prize, and then the second one, I missed it. I missed it by like a hair. So I got a Glover plush, which is like super duper cool. This is one of those claw machines that actually like grips onto the plushies. It doesn't feel like a scam, which is pretty good. But yeah, very, very happy. I was definitely feeling like really on top of the world after I got that first plushie, because I was just like, man, you know, like I'm getting like a freebie here kind of thing. But you know, it's just a small little Glover plush, which is pretty cool, very high quality, pretty soft. But before I left, they gave a free goodie bag to pretty much like all of the press. So the first thing is like this arcade machine. I think this is like a replica of a Sega arcade machine. It comes with like a bunch of games. I think most of them are shoot 'em ups. I think this is valued at like $100 or something like that. Like they price this at $100 on the Limited Run Games website, which is kind of crazy. So I was like, okay, yeah, like that is like pretty cool that they even have this. I got that for free, so that was pretty cool. And then in this black tote bag, it was all of the other free goodies in there. So first up is the trading cards. You get, I believe, what is it, 4 packs here, and then you also get a clear pack with a bunch of other random cards. The front one here is from Shantae, but yeah. And then to keep the cards, I guess, protected and nice and minty, they gave you a binder. I think that is like such like a cool thing that, hey, like we know that not everyone has, I guess, like trading card binders or sort of things like that within their house. Let's just give you this Limited Run Games one that you can have to put these brand new cards in the binder. So that's pretty cool. If I get any cool cards, I'll put them on your screen right now because I don't know what they have. But yeah, pretty dope. And then the last thing is that they actually give you a free game. I guess whichever games that they brought, they just put them in these goodie bags. So the first one that he tried to give me was Arzest, and I was like, I actually have that game already. And then he was like, let me grab you a different one. And then he grabbed me Persona 3 Portable, and I was like, hey, you know what? I'll take that. That's a pretty good game. Even though I'm not like a Persona fan, I recognize that these games on the Limited Run Games editions as well are like pretty coveted, and this was on the Switch. This was a Switch version. They didn't have these for sale, so I was like, you know what, that's even better. So I didn't lie to the guy. I do have Arzest, even though it would have been the Switch version. I did already buy it on the PS5, just like support the game and everything like that, because I did get a free code for it to check it out earlier this year. But the fact that he was kind enough to swap the games out for me, I was like, okay, you know what? That's pretty dope. So, but yeah, the pop-up was pretty dope. I don't really have any real complaints about it other than that it is so far for me personally. But like I said, if you are in the area, go check it out if you can. And yeah, that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have not already, you can subscribe. Put new videos up on Saturdays. You can follow me on social media at TV Sonic Gaming on pretty much everything. You can also check out my podcast called the Travis and Damien Podcast. We talk about games, movies, and anime every other week. And yeah, that's all I have for today. Thank you guys for watching this video once again. Now, see you guys next time with more videos.